Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we have a video of how to schedule a fortnightly maintenance. So on our previous video we showed you how to schedule a daily, a weekly, and today we're gonna show you how to schedule a fortnightly. So when you open the database, the first screen that you see is the main menu. So when you click the preventive maintenance, it takes you to this dashboard, and this dashboard is where you see all the reminders for the PMs that are due and how to navigate through the previously or completed or non-completed maintenance record. So for this video, we're going to show you how to schedule a fortnightly. Before you schedule a fortnightly for any equipment or any PM on that matter, you have to make sure that the equipment that you want to perform the maintenance on is populated, and also the email list is populated as well. And also you got to make sure that the PM list, which is the details of what you're trying to perform, what specifics you're doing on the machine, is documented as well. So you only do this once, and once you do it, you don't have to do it again. You don't have to put in the information or the description again. So for the fortnightly, let me walk you through how you add the equipment. So you add the equipment by clicking that portal. It takes you here. You add the information of the equipment, including the picture if you want, which is optional. And you also have to make sure that you add the email address and separate them by semicolon, which is I've already done that for some of the equipment that I have here. So if I scroll up, you see a list of equipments that I already have on the database, and I added the pictures of the equipment as well. So after you're done adding the equipment and also adding the details of the task that you're performing, and you have linked them to the specific equipment, so after you're done with that, you close it. Just so you know, once you close a box or a screen on Access Database, it saves it automatically. So let's go ahead and schedule a fortnightly. So when you click this fortnightly, so this already I have 4 records, 4 preventive maintenance that are due. So when I click it, I can see all the preventive maintenance that are due. And this preventive maintenance stays here till the date expires. That's when it drops off. So when a maintenance is drops off and you want to see the completed or incompleted maintenance record, you can always go back to any of this portal to find out what. So, but once you click the completed, it falls off. You stop seeing this red identification or font. So just for instance, it's showing me that I have 4 fortnightly PM due. So when I go here and I click complete, that's assuming that I've completed this PM, although the due date hasn't reached yet. You can complete it anytime you want, regardless of the date. However, it will not fall off until the date is complete. So today is the 3rd of July. So it will stay here till the 5th, even though you click complete. So let's go ahead and click complete and see what happens to this right here. So let's go in and click complete on all the PM that is showing. So when we click close, we also click this close form, so this page dashboard will refresh itself. So we click close, and then it takes us back to the main menu. When we go back to the preventive maintenance, you can see that there's no longer any fortnightly due because we have told the database that we've completed these PMs. So when we go back to the fortnightly, first of all, what is fortnightly? Fortnightly is 14 days. So fortnightly is 14 days. So there's this reminder for the fortnightly shows up 4 days before the PM is due. It shows you the reminder. For the weekly, it shows you the reminder 3 days before the PM is due. For the monthly, 1 week. For the quarterly, 14 days. For the bi-yearly, it's 1 month. For the yearly is 45 days, sorry. So all these days, all these reminder dates, I just came up with it. I thought it's best. Those times are the best for it. But however, we could change at any time. If you purchase the database and you want to customize the database further, just let me know and send me an email and we'll talk about it. Okay, so let's go ahead and for the fortnightly, let's uncheck this box so the notification shows back because these operations haven't been performed. And let's go ahead and schedule a fortnightly preventive maintenance. So we'll add the equipment. You automatically populates the serial numbers, the production area where the equipment is located. And we'll put the name of the maintenance personnel. If we have a service company, we'll put the name and put whatever notes that we want to add there. Also, if we want to link in a spreadsheet or whatever information we want to add, we could link it there. If whatever parts that you use in performing the maintenance, you can add the parts as well. And then how many hours did you spend to perform the preventive maintenance, you can add it there. And this is the rate. And then it gives you the cost of the repair. And before you leave, you have to make sure that since this is the fortnightly, so it's 14 days, right? So you could put today's date because this is the initial day that you're scheduling this task. So today is the 3rd. So when we put this, it takes us 14 days. It schedules the next PM for 14 days. So on the 14th day, which is on the 17th, is when we actually come in and we check this box as complete, which is the day that, or maybe the day before that, when we complete the maintenance, when we actually completed the maintenance. Because this maintenance database, all it does is just to show you just to keep records. That's all it does. Just keep records and send you notification. That's simply what it does. So after you're done with that, you don't want to check this box because you haven't completed the preventive maintenance. But we want to go back in time so that way we can see the reminder. We want to go back in time 14 days or maybe 13 days. So that way it gives us time for the reminder to show up. So let's go to, yeah. So the next due date is 3 days from today. So we went back in time just for tutorial purposes so we can show the notification, the reminder here, and also we can receive the email notification. So after we're done, we click save and close. And one more thing, for this asterisk, make sure you fill out the options for this asterisk. I have 3 asterisks here, which are mandatory options or mandatory cells that has to be filled out. So we click save and close. So we want to close this form so that way we refresh this page when we come back in it. So we click preventive maintenance. When we come back, you see the fortnightly have 5 fortnightly PM due. However, I mean the four of them are the ones that we unchecked, but the only one that we scheduled was this one. So we should receive an email about this. So that's what the timer is for. The timer sends out an email every 5 seconds for PMs that are due every 5 seconds. It won't send an email for the 4 p.m. because it has already sent out an email about that before. Because this preventive maintenance were just ones that I created as an example for myself. So it has already sent out an email. So once it sent out an email 3 days before that PM is due, it wouldn't send out another email again because the emails are serialized. And once it sends out an email, it records that email, the date in the database that it sent that email. So we have records of it, and the database keeps records of that, so it makes sure that it doesn't send out that email again. So it's a very smart database. So when you close it, and let's open up our email. So as we can see, it sends us an email. Task 52, fortnightly plan, gives us the details. So there you go. So it sends you an email 3 days before the PM is due, and also the reminder shows up 4 days before the PM is due for fortnightly. So if you want to find out how to get this database, go to the description below, click the description. It will take you to the link where you could purchase the database. If you have any question, just send me an email about it. If you want to customize the database to your own liking, just send me an email about that as well. All right. Thank you very much. See you on our next video.